Now, I said before that, the reason why most of the big websites and moderators are located in America is because America is so far to the right that they're not going to do anything about the corruption, the criminality, and the abuse that moderators commit. Now, I say that, but I'm always reminded, I'm always refreshed in just how far to the right they are. Because if you watched the national debates tonight, I don't think Obama lost that debate. What I think it is he's fumbling around trying to appeal to the right wing. Why? Well, the right wing has no plans to vote for you anyway, and in reality, I know that Obama is not saying the things he says for you, the people, because you, the people, don't vote for president. Al Gore wants it that way. Al Gore wants to turn the presidency into a majority vote, and that would be a good thing to do. But as of right now, that is not the case, and probably will not be. I'm sure the Senate and House would not let that go through because it would ruin their little plans. See, Republicans are usually a majority in the House and Senate. And because of that, they have to compromise mostly with Republican ideology as opposed to Democrat. And like I said, Democrats are really not left-wing at all. So what you have is having to compromise with the ultra-right, with the not even moderate right, just right there in the pure right. And, that's what you get. If you don't believe me, why don't you check out some of your judges for running for office? Because I looked up a lot of judges. I forget what the website's called. It's something like Family Value Voters or something like that. And they list examples of what the judges voted on or supported or didn't support or things like that. And on this side, obviously, it's for social conservative issues. And I myself do not consider myself the liberal left. I'm obviously leftist, but I don't consider myself some touchy-feely Guy Fawkes wearing mask occupier guy that, says that gays are special and need special privileges, and, obviously with the way my YouTube videos get taken down. But, so I look on this website, and I see that the Democrats are so far to the right that it makes me look liberal. Yes, the guy that blatantly says crap about homosexuals looks liberal in comparison to Democrats. Very liberal. Not just like a little bit. About the only thing Democrats are liberal on is abortion. And even that, yeah, they want to keep abortion legal and deregulated, but even that, they're not in favor of providing birth control for women, which would be preferable to actual abortions. And, they don't want to have sex education in schools and things like that. So, that's kind of saying something when I look like the really pinko, touchy-feely liberal in comparison to your average American Democrat. That I'm just giving you an example of how far to the right your politics are. Now, mind you, if we were talking about economics, I would expect that. I would expect to be on the radical left because I am the radical left. But when it comes to liberal policies, which do not necessarily entail left or right, I mean, you could argue that for that. You could argue that naturally with leftist economics, you're going to have liberal policies because you believe that people have innate rights and that they don't have to work for it. They don't have to be rich in order to have said rights. But this idea that somehow you guys are so far to the right on everything that, I could say all this shit about homosexuals and, it just shocks me. That's all I'm saying. It just shocks me that you guys are just so right-wing that I can look like the touchy-feely liberal hippie in the room. And, I'm really not. I just, I believe that there shouldn't be a death penalty, unless maybe for moderators, but that's kind of a personal opinion. I don't believe that people should have life in prison. In fact, I would probably abolish the entire prison industrial complex. I don't believe that women should have to go through hoops to get birth control. I'm not for abortion, but that's a confusing issue for me because I say I'm not for abortion, but that's mostly in principle because I see the way people act and it makes me not too. I don't feel bad about abortion. I figure, well, it's another moderator isn't born into the world, so that's something. But in general, if I were to be compared to what you think is a liberal, what you and your concoct in your American mind, yeah, I would look pretty center to the right. But when you actually look at the details of what actually is politics, it's a completely different standard. That's all I'm saying here. Is you guys have a lot of work ahead of you because you have nothing to work with. Absolutely nothing. You have no choice in anything. All you have is this hegemony. You are a cultural hegemony. And if you don't know what that is, I'll link you to a Wikipedia article about it. But yeah, you guys are in a right-wing hegemony, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but I don't care. So, I guess that's it.